Welcome. My name is Adrian.Maguire, and this is my creative critical reflection on my 2-minute film opening. Today I'll be answering questions 1 and 2, so without further ado, let's go. Question 1. How does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups or issues? So we want our film to feel like a thriller or a suspense. So we use some typical techniques like a TV turning on suddenly, or flickering lights, tense diegetic music, and even a creepy shadow figure. Those are all things viewers expect to see, but we also use ideas to challenge the typical conventions and try to catch the viewers off guard and keep them on the edge of their seat. So we decided to use visual silence to create a sense of dread. To create this, we had empty spaces, deep depth of field, and darkness. And all these factors put together can create a growing sense of dread for the viewer. We also challenge conventions of the main character. Rather than showing a grown adult, we decided to have the character as a high school senior that is deaf. This changed the focus from a stereotypical victimhood to an actual reality of hearing loss and how that can affect the character. This means that they can't hear some of the audio clues without the hearing aids, creating a much bigger issue for the character that he has to adjust to and escape. For example, the shadow on the door shows a threat that the protagonist can only see and not hear, making the character have to rely on nothing but sight. Not only did it help build tension, but this also helped represent the deaf community as capable of helping themselves and that they aren't just helpless because of the disability. Question number 2. How does your product engage with audiences, and how would it be distributed as a real media text? I engage the audience by making them feel like they're in a movie and by playing with their senses. I achieve the immersion through the use of audio. Every little audio bit that we use helps the viewer be more immersed in the film opening. We include every little thing such as footsteps, typing, clicking, the flicking of a light switch, music, and ringing while the figure is present. The ringing while the hearing aids were in and the silence when the hearing aids fell out really helped make the viewer feel like they were in the film, as they were getting the exact same experience as the protagonist. I played with the audience's senses by using the song Hark the Herald Angels Sing. This is a classic Christmas Carol song, and normally people wouldn't think about placing it inside of a suspenseful film. But by distorting the audio a little bit and playing it loud in a high tense situation, it creates a creepy song that really catches people off guard. Old and distorted church music, such as this, can be associated with the paranormal, which also creates more fear. For distribution, I would challenge usual trailer conventions to really hook people onto our movie and bring even more exposure and attention to it. For example, rather than using loud music, action scenes, and chaotic moments, it would be quiet, dark, silent, and extremely tense, already making people afraid right at the start. And just by doing that, it can already create a small fan base right off the get-go. I would want the exposure to be on every social media platform so it can mainly attract Gen Z, as horror is one of the favorite genres, making it spread very fast by word of mouth. And that will conclude my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.